YouTube, Kashtira is here at its top tier, and we're on a 12-game win streak. Granted, it's platinum, but still, 12-game win streak. We're making the combos, we're making the plays. The reason why I didn't go to Master last season is because I had so much to do, didn't have a shot. But we're going to be streaming our Master 1 climb this season. Make sure you follow me on twitch.tv, Sean Matrai, if you want to see that. Also, more Master Duels videos coming. I have one coming out Pearly. I have one coming out on hopefully some of the other decks that are coming in the box as well. So, if you want to see more, follow me on twitch.tv/Sean Matrai for more. Anyway, alright, we're going to go over Kashtira. So if you never played this deck was a menace in the TCG and OCG. Luckily for us, well, I should say luckily, at some level, it's been nerfed because Prosperity's at 1. We also have Tier Kashira at 1, but that's because of tier element. I don't want that insane. They want to nerf that deck. And we also have Riseheart at 1, which is your field spell. And we also have Diablosis banned, but for obvious reasons, because otherwise it does really broken things in this deck. But still, Kashira, I feel, is really strong, and it's going to be tier 1 deck, I feel. Anyway. Alright, let's go over the Kashira monsters first. We'll go over the Kashira stuff, and then we'll talk about the attacks. Anyway, basically, what you need to know is all the Kashtira monsters have a way to special summon themselves. Both Unicorn and Fenrir special summon themselves while you control no monsters. No additional requirement there. And then you have Riseheart that will special summon itself while you control a Kashtira monster. And then Scareclaw Kashtira and Tier Limits Kashtira, which can summon itself on either player's turn by banishing card, a Tier or Kashtira card, or a Kashtira card from your graveyard. Alright. So let's go over the first monster here. It's Kashtira Fenrir. So Fenrir allows you to summon itself when you control no monsters. Also, Fenrir has 2 other effects. First effect, you can add any Kashtira monster from your deck to your hand. Second effect, when you declare an attack, or your opponent would activate an effect, you can banish 1 face-up card in the field. Now, the important thing with Fenrir that you need to know, and the same goes for Unicorn, it's like Gazelle. Both effects apply on resolution. So if you use the Salamangreat and how you special summon Gazelle on resolution, works the same way with Fenrir. It's on resolution. You get to banish. So if they deal with the Fenrir before resolution occurs, you will not banish a card. It needs to be on the field to apply the effect. Now, what's great about Fenrir? Special summon, it's Cyber Dragon effect. Add Kashtira monster from your deck to your hand. So if you open up Fenrir and Birth, you can activate Fenrir, search your Unicorn, activate Birth, normal Unicorn, Unicorn search Deosis, and then go off to Chinatown and back. Alright, so that's something that you need to know there. Now, next, we have Kashtira Unicorn. Now, Unicorn, similar to Fenrir, special summon itself while you control no monsters, so it's a Cyber Dragon. During the main phase, you can activate one of the effects, Ignition effect, add 1 Kashtira spell from your deck to your hand, so that's going to be either Birth or Theosis. And second effect, when it declares an attack or on resolution of an opponent's monster effect activation, go ahead and look at your opponent's extra deck and banish it face down. So this forces your opponent to basically run 3 copies of the same monster in their extra deck. Otherwise, if you were to play something like Kashtira Sorcerer and they only run like 2 Riseheart, then you might banish both of them, and then they're, or a Riseheart or both Shishaos, and then they're kind of dead off to rights, and that's not really good for them. So yeah, that's a very powerful thing. Unicorn is the best starter in the deck. It allows us to get 2 Artheosis, which is the most powerful spell in the deck, I feel, even though Birth is insane. I still think like Theosis is the best spell in the deck, for sure. Scareclaw Kashtira is really good. This card, basically, you banish a tier card, not a tier card, a Kashtira card from your graveyard, and then you special summon this. This has 0 attack, but it attacks while it's in defense, kind of follows the Scareclaw archetype, with 2600 defense. But the important thing is, when this card declares an attack, you get to negate any monster effect that it battles. Or any Kashtira monster battles, I should say. So if you have this on the field and any Kashtira monster battles, you get to negate the monster it's battling's effect, which is really good because it's basically can negate anything, so that's really strong. Next, we have tier limits Kashira. Basically, this is in here just because it's an extender. It's limited to 1 because of tier limit. During the main phase, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Same with Scareclaw Kashira by banishing a Kashtira card from your grave. If it's normal summon, you could send the top 3 cards of either player's deck to the graveyard, but if you have a Riseheart, then they get banished. So just another extender to help us make double Diablosis plus a Riseheart. Alongside that, we are running 2 copies of the Nibiru for the mirror match. We are also running 3 Planet Pathfinder. But before we get into that, I forgot to bring this one up. Next, we have Kashtira Riseheart. Riseheart is very good, but you're only going to summon this, and I'm going to go over this in the combos in this video, that you're only going to summon this after you summon Shangri, ideally, because you're going to want to banish your Big Bang and then reattach and then set up your Riseheart as well in lock zones. So if you control a Kashtira monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Also, it locks you into exceed monsters for the rest of the turn. During your main phase, you can activate this effect, banish a Kashtira card face up from your deck, then banish the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck face down. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to special summon this, lock a zone with Shangri, then banish your Big Bang, and then use Big Bang's effect to bounce back off your Shangri, your Ephemeral to your hand, special summon it, and then go crazy on your opponent's turn, or extend it to like double Diablosis. I mean, not Diablosis, double Shangri, depending on what hand you have. Okay, next we have the rest of our monster lineup, which is the 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Maxis, our 3 Pathfinder, alongside our 2 Nibiru for hand traps and die shifter, because you don't care about sending things to the graveyard in this deck. Nibiru mainly for the mirror. Okay, next we run, if you don't want to run Nibiru and you're worried about Pearly, what you can do is you can run Kurikara as well. That's also now, because you can add X Pearly Nor with it. You can also run other things like evenly matched if you want to out the mirror match. That's also really good as well. So those are some options you can do. Next, we run 2 Potted Desires. This, we do not have 3 Product Prosperity, so the 2 Desires helps make up for it. We can draw 2 as long as we don't banish both Ephemeras. Even still, we can attach it with a Riseheart, so it's not the end of the world. 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent. Triple Tactics Talent allows us, when they activate a monster effect during our main phase, we can draw 2, steal a monster, or rip a card in it, and whatever we so desire. We also are playing 3 copies of Theosis. Theosis allows us to target a Kashtira monster and summon one with a different attribute out of our deck, helping us make our plays a lot easier. Really good consistency card. Also, Theosis is incredibly broken. I think it's like one of the most broken spells in the deck, because when this card is banished, when this card is banished, you can add a Kashtira card from your banished zone to your hand, which is absolutely insane, given how this interacts with a Riseheart. But yeah, really, really strong in that fact. On top of that, we're running Planet Riseheart. Riseheart is absolutely incredible. This is the same as the tier spell. We searched this with Pathfinder because we really don't care about the normal summon too much unless you're dealing with Birth. But this allows us to add any Kashtira from our deck to our hand. Monsters you control gain 100 attack for each monster with a different attribute in the field. And also, when you activate the effect of Shangri, you can pop a monster in the field. Now, what's really cool is if you open up Birth, you can pop your own Shangri, then detach a material Shangri to protect it from destruction or battle, and then revive it with Birth and extend combos from that point. Speaking of Birth, Birth is our continuous spell. We can search this with Unicorn. You can normal summon level 7 monsters without tributing. Also, during your main phase, you can target 1 Kashtira non-exceed monster that is banished or in your graveyard. Monster reborn it to your field. And then Kashtira Birth, when your opponent activates a spell on resolution, while this card is on the field, you can banish 3 cards from your opponent's graveyard face down. So really, really good. Then we have Book of Eclipse for the Mirror, 3 Imperms, and then our last card in the main deck is Big Bang. So the first effect is kind of like a bad evenly match. If your Kashira Exceed is on the field, your opponent controls 2 or more monsters, or any player, they have to banish monsters face down until they have exactly 1 monster. So it's kind of like a evenly matched Kaiser Coliseum. But the main effect of this is its second effect. This card is banished while face down. I mean, no, not banished while face down. This card is banished. You can target 1 Kashtira monster that is on an Exceed material, add it to your hand, then special summon it. So basically, what you're going to do is with Riseheart, you're going to special Riseheart, banish your Big Bang, detach your Fenrir off your Shangri, add it to your hand, special summon it, and then voila. Then you have Fenrir on the field. And sometimes that could be enough, adding on a Riseheart and Fenrir to have more disruptions. Next, we're going to go over the extra deck. Baronne de Fleur. Baronne's here for Ash plus any Kashtira. That's a 7. We make Baronne for a negate. Big Eye is really good in the mirror because you can steal your opponent's Riseheart, as well as their Kashtira Shangri. So really, really good. Tomahawk is here for now. If we want to add links in the deck, we can. Makes us link plays. Can be really, really good at that. You can also tribute the tokens to bring out more Kashtiras if you want to. Dark Arm Dragon, the Annihilation. This card is in here just to get rid of cards on the field. It's not really that more relevant. Yeah, other than that, it's fine. Madden Smash is just another rank 7. You can use a combo with Goliath if you want. We're running 3 Shangri Era, so I'm going to go over this card if you don't know it. So it takes 2 plus level 7 monsters. You're going to use 2 level 7 monsters to make it. During each standby phase, you can special summon a Kashtira monster from your deck. Second effect is, each time a card is banished, you can zone lock one of your opponent's cards. So target one of your opponent's zones, and they can't activate a card in that zone. So for example, if they have a spell trap zone, you basically say you can't place a card in that zone. The idea with Shangri is to lock down as many zones as you possibly can. And you've probably seen regardless if you played this deck or not. Third effect is this card would be destroyed by battle. Card effect, detach 1 card material from this instead. So really, really good. On top of that, we're playing the best monster in the deck. Obviously, the best boss monster, one of the best boss monsters ever to be released. Kashtira Riseheart takes 3 level 7 monsters. You can summon it that way, and sometimes you will summon it that way. However, most of the time you're going to summon it by its second effect, which is like the Girsu a bit of an Orcus that you can exceed summon. You can cheat it out by using a Kashtira monster you control during the turn you use Shangri's effect. So again, with a Riseheart, if you have Shangri in the field, you activate a Riseheart once Shangri's on the field, and that will proc Shangri to lock a zone, and then you can rank up either your Riseheart or one of your Kashtiras into a Riseheart. I mean your Shangri or one of your Kashtiras into your Riseheart. Generally, what you might do is if you use Big Bang, you'll resummon that second Kashtira, make a second Shangri, and make it a Riseheart, so you have a Shangri and a Riseheart in the field. If your hand's really good, you will end on double Shangri and a Riseheart, so you're really gaming on that front. So you have like zone locking supreme. On top of that, we have AA Divine Arsenal Zeus. I mean, this is self-explanatory. Everyone's seen this. I don't need to go over this. Win the Wind Charmer. Basically, you make this with your unicorn, and then you can take back their unicorn and revive it, which could be useful. And then we have Infinitrack Goliath. Basically, while this thing is attached to a machine monster, you get to make it indestructible. That's basically why it's here. Okay, let's go over some combos. Alright. I'm going to do a highlight guide in a different video. I want to go over some combos with you guys. So, let's go into solo. Alright, here we go. I'm going to teach you guys the combos. This is more important than seeing you live. You never know what's going on with the deck. Alright. Alright, this is not a combo again. Oh, I could just retry now. Okay, that's fine. Konami. Help me out here. This is hilarious. Give me a combo, man. Okay. Now I'm gonna teach you first. This is the 1-card combo with Unicorn. This is your 1-card combo. Ignore everything else that's in the hand. If you have a 1-card combo, what you're going to do is you're going to be able to either end on a Riseheart by itself, or you're going to end on a Riseheart plus Shangri. And the only card we're focused on is if you open a Unicorn by itself. Now with this hand, normally, we could play through Ash Blossom very easily. but we're going to bait it out. We're going to do this first. So we're going to activate Unicorn, and then Unicorn is going to go and search us Theosis. Just pay attention to this Unicorn. We're going to activate Theosis on Unicorn. This is going to special summon out Fenrir. Now we're going to activate our Fenrir. Fenrir is going to go and search out our Riseheart. Then we are going to make our Shangri. When Shangri's on the field, we're going to activate Riseheart. Special summon itself. Activate the Riseheart to banish the birth. I mean the Big Bang, not the birth, the Big Bang. Now we're going to trigger our Shangri, lock a zone, then trigger the Big Bang. Big Bang is going to go ahead and detach the Fenrir here. Now we're going to summon it. And then at this point, with our 1-card combo, we are going to end on a Riseheart. Actually, kind of like, we're going to go Shangri into a Riseheart. Now, you could also go in other different directions. This is the basic line I'm showing you. If you wanted to, and you just wanted to keep the Unicorn on the field, you could. And you could just overlay that Riseheart into a Riseheart and have Unicorn, a Riseheart, and Shangri, which is fine. But this makes it a little bit easier to banish the card in the field. So what do we have? We have a Macrocosmos on the field. We have a quick play, banish any card. This is off a 1-card combo. This does not include anything else we drew this turn. Keep that in mind. If we wanted to play more role into it and we wanted to do more stuff, we could. But that is a 1-card combo that just says, okay, I did this. This is what I'm going to end on. Okay? If I wanted to go further, I could, like, you know, go Unicorn. And then, like, even detach, banish the birth, revive. So what I could do is, like, extend even further. But then I probably wouldn't even make, like, if I wanted to extend further, I probably would just make the Shangri over one of the Kashtiras and not even make the second Shangri era. Yeah, that's what I would do. I kind of misplayed this, but it's fine. So yeah, I kind of misplayed that. If I wanted to go further, I wouldn't even make this, but if I wanted to go further, I would make the Kashtira Riseheart over the Riseheart itself, keep that in the field, and then summon out the Unicorn and make a second Shangri. But that end in itself could end on double Shangri plus Riseheart. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Ignore the misplay there. But that 1-card combo ends on either a Riseheart Shangri or a Riseheart Fenrir Shangri, depending on how consistent you want interruption. And again, here comes another combo. Alright, so we have Birth already. So again, we activate Pressured Riseheart, and we can search our Unicorn. Gonna go ahead and special summon. Activate the Unicorn to get the Theosis. Theosis. Gonna go ahead and special summon the Fenrir. Now we can extend with this hand as well. Now remember what I told you about Scareclaw Kashtira and how it can extend. You're about to see that. Now, if I wanted to play around Nibiru, what I would do is I would special summon either any Kashtira and then make a Riseheart with 3 7s, and that would be 4 summons, not 5. So if I'm afraid of Nibiru, then I could do that and end on that. The only danger with that is you're in danger. That's a good play, like maybe if you have a lot of hand traps. But the only danger in that is that you're going to lose to an imperm, so you got to be careful. So next we can go ahead and summon Shangri. Then we're going to go ahead and activate Kashtira Riseheart. Special summon. Activate Riseheart to banish our birth. I mean our Big Bang. Why do I keep saying birth? And activate Big Bang here. Going to go ahead and activate Shangri. Big Bang's going to go ahead and detach the Fenrir. Special summon. But now we get to extend. Now, if I also wanted to resummon Unicorn, I could. Let's say I didn't have Scareclaw in hand. Actually, we will. Okay. We're going to do this anyway because we have Birth. Alright. Since we have Birth in hand, and we opened up Planet, right? I'm going to teach you a cool play. Now, with Planet in hand, let's say I don't have... okay. So if I didn't have Planet or Birth, right? Let's say I didn't have Planet or Birth. If I didn't have Planet or Birth, then we just end on double Shangri plus a Riseheart, which is still really good. But because we have Planet, we're going to do a really cool play. What we're going to do is we're going to activate Planet, and this is kind of what I mentioned in the deck profile, and we're going to detach a material off Shangri-Ira. Now, what we can do is we can activate Birth and revive back that Unicorn, and then we can activate our Scareclaw Kashtira, banish our Theosis, activate Theosis, add back our Big Bang to our hands. Now, this is the play I was talking about, where sometimes if you have Planet, you're going to want to pop your Shangri to detach that material so you can revive with Birth. Now, we can go into more plays. Now, what we can do is we can overlay these two, make a second Shangri. Then, now, if you wanted to as well, you could ignore making the second Shangri and end on double a Riseheart, which, if you think they're going to imperm you, could be a play. Or, if you are hell-bent that they just want to banish that their deck, or if you're playing in a tournament and you think their deck just, like, dies to Graveyard Disruption, you can just end on double a Riseheart. So that way, if they imperm you, then they can't play around it. Or, what you can do is, we're going to end on a Riseheart here. And if we want to, we can do this either two ways. We can overlay the first Shangri with no material on it, and then have like Fenrir and Unicorn on top of it. Or we could just overlay the Unicorn and then make a Riseheart in defense here. And now we're going to gain material really fast. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, hold on, but you have like no material on that Riseheart. Yeah, but this stacks up really, really fast. Also, too, it's not really important that we necessarily have Fenrir on the deck, because these Shangris are going to summon out of the deck during their standby anyway. So you're going to get like 2 summons out of the deck on their standby. So if you wanted to make like a second Riseheart, you're not really going to get smoked by it or any means. It's still a really good play to do that. But here, we're going to be banishing their cards really fast, and we'll get to that disruption quite quickly, because you're going to be banishing off a Riseheart in every opportunity you get to. Like, in every opportunity, basically, you're going to be banishing off a Riseheart. It's going to be absolutely insane. And then those Shangris are going to stack up and lock their zones quite quick. So this board ends on Fenrir plus double Shangri and Kashtira Riseheart. So you are in a really good spot here, playing Kashtira. And then you have also the Monster Disruption with Fenrir at the end of the resolution. You're going to be locking down with a Riseheart. You can even have the option to reset the Big Bang that we initially banished off the Riseheart if they wanted to clear some of your bodies off the field. And then you can lock them down this way. You just have a really good setup in general. And then you can use... you also have Theosis banished, so you can reattach that onto your Riseheart. So once you do that, then you can recycle some of your Kashtira monsters that will get banished when you detach off materials off your Riseheart. So once you detach that Unicorn that you revived, you can get that back to your hand and start doing a lot of different things and follow-up game with your Birth, your Fenrir, and those Unicorn. So really, really good stuff on that front. I'm just going to scoop this. Actually, no. I'm not going to scoop it because I wanted you guys to see how this plays out rather than just doing the board. Alright, so during the standby, we are going to go ahead and special summon another Unicorn to the field because we already have Fenrir on the field. We don't need to pop here. We could actually, you can opt to pop here, so we will pop. Actually, we will pop because this will trigger some effects. So we will activate Shangri-Ira. Will protect itself. This may seem silly to you, but just bear with me. This will banish, trigger a Riseheart to attach. Now, we won't be able to trigger the effects to lock zones, because that's only when your opponent banishes. But overall, we can now trigger another one, and we could summon out. Doesn't really matter here, because we kind of like board control anyway. Now we can activate your Kashtira, and you can also, another play too, I didn't discuss this, is that if you want to trigger some zone locks immediately, a good play is to summon Tier Limits Kashira out of the deck, because you're going to banish the top 3 cards off their deck, so you immediately trigger a banish in that scenario. So immediately locks down 2 zones without even to do anything. We can go Riseheart here, pop. And I'll show you what I mean. So now we go Tier Limits Kashtira, banish the top 3, trigger, I don't know, just attach this. At this point it just gets redundant. Yeah. Okay. We'll just attack, I guess. Or banish. Trigger and lock. And back. Okay, and then we can just reattach the Theosis, and then we just go for game. Very good. Alright, that's a basic overview of how to play Kashtira. You know the 1-card combo, you know what you can do if you extend, and yeah, this will be it for the video. And until next time, Sean Matrai signing out.